Hey everyone, how are you? Happy new week. We're in the first full week of November. Crazy, 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 crazy. All right, guys. So if you didn't already notice, I put out the, excuse me, I put out the weekly on YouTube. It is there. If you haven't watched it, please do. As usual, there's always important messages. I also did record the themes for the zodiac signs for November. All right, there. I did it very differently this time. So do not be complaining or judging the way that I pulled the cards for each zodiac sign, because I was guided to do it, and they're having me say that for a reason, because somebody is going to be questioning or wondering why I pulled the cards the way that I did. So I was led to pick a particular card in the deck that I was using for each sign. So I think I might put that out on Wednesday. I have a whole bunch of other projects. I finally got around to doing my new intro for my videos, and I'm so proud of what I did. I played it I don't know how many millions of times, and had this big smile on my face, and I swear my angels and my guides, they just allowed me to create that new intro and the outro just seamlessly. I mean, I was asking my angels, I couldn't find the right song, and I asked them, okay guys, I need your help. What song should I use? And they reminded me, remember this song that we sent you months ago? And it was last year, I think it was, or earlier this spring. And I said, oh my God, I had thought about possibly using that for my intro or video or something. And they reminded me, and I went to the song and made sure it was part of my account that I use, that I subscribe to, so that I don't get flagged by YouTube to utilize certain songs, and it was part of my subscription. So anyway, I spent quite a few hours doing the new intro last night, actually, Sunday night that is, and I absolutely love it. But anyway, so I've been doing a lot of things. There have been some very serious things going on in my house, I will say that. And I've been in my room most of the time. I'm going to have to figure out what to do to go do my walk today, because I'm recording this on Monday, but I'll figure it out, or I'll do something else like Tai Chi in the house or something, or whatever. Not that I should be fearful of stuff, but there's just stuff going on here. And I've been motivated to do quite a few things, but it took me a while to even get started on this daily. I'm doing this a lot earlier than I normally do, so God willing, I'll be working on some other things to include a member reading and stuff like that. So I know I have to do some grab bag readings for those who have that as part of your membership. Gonna do a little bit surprises there. Okay, so I will do that. And yeah. So let's see what the guidance is for today. I do plan on doing a member live on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to do another erotica or if I'm going to do something else. But as you know, my guides, want me to do it at the think of what I'm going to do at the last minute. They don't like me to plan so much, because I may ruminate over it, or I may, they just want me to wing a lot of things these days. I kind of really wasn't expecting to do my intro and stuff Sunday night, but I felt this fire to do it, and I did it, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's refreshing the channel, and I'm going to be doing some different things on that channel as well, kind of refreshing it, revamping it. My 3-year anniversary of my business going live is coming up. It was on November 11th, 2020. So I'm going to be doing something for that, and I'm having a pretty big flat iron. Okay, I don't know why I said flat iron. I did flat iron my hair on Saturday, but I kind of do need to get a new flat iron at some point. But anyway, I do plan on having a pretty big Black Friday event to couple with my 3-year anniversary of Capella Wellness coming into existence. Okay, I mean the website, that is. Because my business was started in June of 2020, but so be on the lookout for that. You guys are gonna be the first to know it's going to be pretty big. I also have some thing that is going to be added to that, which I think is going to be fun. Well, I'm going to see how it goes, but I'm excited about it. So stay tuned for that. And I'll let you guys know about the meeting on Wednesday. And yeah, don't forget to watch this week's weekly on YouTube. And I will get the November themes for all the zodiac signs. I believe that they want me to post that on Wednesday. That's kind of the gist right now. I have to see if they want me to change that up, and some other things that I'm working on. I still need to do add more memberships. They're going to be higher than the Origa ones because I've been guided to do that, just to set them up. And that's going to, some of those memberships are going to include 1 hour coaching, either twice a month or something like that, on top of some other like weekly things with regards to check-ins and stuff. So, and God knows what else I'm going to put in there. But I am creating a new membership where you will get 1 hour coaching as opposed to the 25, 30 minutes that I normally do. Okay, it'll go on for an hour instead, because you may need that hour. Anyway, let's see what the guidance is for today, for November 7th, 2023. Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and clarity. There is this thing about the 11/11 portal coming up this weekend, right before the new moon in Scorpio. The astrology for this week looks pretty good. Venus goes into Libra on Wednesday. I am still trying to do more of these astrology videos, but like, you know, as you guys have said, there's been a lot of things going on. The devil's trying to do everything he can to really keep me from doing my work. And I also know that Archangel Michael comes in to be like, okay, I know you're gung-ho about this, but, you know, just do these things or don't do these things or whatever. So there's just a whole bunch of things that are beyond my control, and I have to go with the flow, right? So, but either way, Venus does go into Libra this Wednesday. Venus rules Libra, and when there's a rulership that happens, that planet loves being there. They're so comfortable, and Venus's gifts and talents and everything are going to be heightened. They're going to be amplified. There's a lot with relationships, a lot with love, a lot with romance, a lot of, you know, things coming to balance and things being fair, abundance, you know, negotiations are easier, like a whole bunch of things. It's supposed to be more enlightening, and Saturn's already direct, but Saturn is already kind of like giving some major karmic lessons to some people. I've been seeing that, that's for sure. So, yeah. God willing, I will go do some of those astrology videos, because astrology is very important to better understand and how to better navigate dealing with the astrology, not just with what these cards say. So I was going to say, are we going to have anything? Thank you, Holy Spirit. And we get one card. This is interesting. It's all fire. Messenger of fire. This is not the page of fire, guys, in this deck. This is the Knight of Fire. It's the Knight of Wands. All right. And there's a female here. She's got a crown of flames, a crown of candles on her head. There's something about enlightenment with this Knight of Fire, this Knight of Wands. And the overall for today is the Five of Fire. There is Five of Wands here. And as you can see in this card, these cards are very peaceful. So this week, you're being guided to find peace amongst the chaos. There's been storms happening. This Five of Wands is, you know, a lot of drama, a lot of bickering, a lot of tempers, a lot of flared up energy. It could be people vying for your attention. People are coming at you, or be careful if you're combative this week. Try to keep your cool, but I'm getting more this may be around your environment, or you're going to be seeing more of this, or somebody's going to try to push your buttons, and you're going to have to really try to have this Knight of Wands energy with like, okay, I need to kind of stay determined and courageous in following the path that I know is the righteous and just path, the path that I know is for me, the path that's going to lead me away from this, you know, this chaos and this drama. So there's a strong energy, definitely, of fire. Somebody could be affected by the North Node in Aries, because the North Node is in Aries right now. Either there's something about strong Aries in the chart, or Chiron in Aries, or something like that. But it could go either way, because there's something here about, all of this, really negative energy. There's just a lot of arguments, a lot of tempers flaring. People are not seeing eye to eye. People are trying to clamor over each other and see like who's right, who's wrong type of thing, and pointing fingers and stuff like that. I also see the Five of Swords with that Five of Fire. So today you may be dealing with a lot of struggles, a lot of challenges, but know that you have the courage to overcome them. You have the bravery to handle these things, because you guys may be very well being tested today with something. This is about finding the calm in the storm. Are you going to keep the inner peace within yourself and just allow the whirlwind around you to just run its course, to be in the middle? It's like the eye of the hurricane, right? Are you going to be the eye in the hurricane, or are you going to be those flying cars in roofs of gas stations flying through the winds of the hurricane? It's your choice, right? Either you're going to stand your ground, you're going to keep your cool, you're going to be able to learn how to compromise, and maybe you need to put out some fires, because it's all fire energy today, guys. I mean, this is getting like fired up. So some of you are going to be dealing with some challenges and struggles, something that's combative, but understand that whatever is happening is it's for your highest good. It is supposed to make you stronger. It's supposed to make you more resilient to these types of lower vibrational energies. It's supposed to help you to not get caught up in the drama, to not get caught up in the chaos. You may want to go in and do something very bold and very brave with this, but there's something about, I'm hearing, don't get caught up in the mix, all right? It's like, you don't want to bring more of that drama, more of that chaos, that crazy energy into your life, right? It's like, if you know that the hurricane's coming, are you going to go out into the middle of the storm and trying to be, yeah, I'm bold and brave? And this is a little bit pompous in a sense, where it's a little bit of arrogance and saying, I'm not going to get blown by the storm. I'm going to go try to do something about it, or whatever. Or it's like, when people, or especially coastal cities, right, in towns, where they're told to evacuate, and there's some people who stay because, I don't want my house to get blown down, or no, I don't want people to rob me, I don't want people to steal my stuff, and I don't want people to start like taking over my house and stuff. That's a little bit of like arrogance right there, in a sense. It's a little bit of selfishness, because what's more important, your belongings or your life, right? Your health, your well-being. So there's something here about where I'm using this analogy, because you wouldn't go out into a storm, or you wouldn't stay back and risk your life over something very trivial, right? Something silly. They're just possessions. They're just things. So the Holy Spirit is asking you to kind of use discernment and say, okay, am I going to get caught up in this whirlwind of shit, or am I just going to, face the challenge of it, but not throw myself into the fire, not get outside of the house into the storm? You're going to find shelter. You're going to do something about your energies, and you're going to hunker down, and you're going to say, no, I'm going to wait till the storm blows over. It's so funny, because look what's at the bottom of my deck already for my oracle deck. The storm will blow over, okay? So, and I just saw someone's about to contact you. So maybe somebody can kind of feel what's going on around you, and maybe somebody's coming in your direction. Somebody's going to make a bold move and move towards you. This is an unexpected visitor, but I'll get to that in a minute. So whatever this is, it could be about work, guys. You could be going through a lot of drama and crazy shit at work, something with your kids, something with everybody around you. And it's just like one thing after another. Why is everybody all up in arms? Now, while the astrology is good this week, remember, it depends on where your placements are at and what work you've already done. So again, you're either going to get caught up in the storm, or you're going to learn how to maintain the peace within yourself. That's totally up to you. There is also something for somebody here to stop beating yourself up. That is the Five of Wands right here. If you look at how calm she is, she's not really engaging in anything. She's just sitting there, and she has these illuminated flowers above her head. There are there are actually moths in here. Okay. Even though it's not the butterfly, I do get transformation. She does have moth wings here. And we all know that sometimes moths can cause destruction. They eat up things. People don't necessarily like moths, but moths have a purpose. I believe there is a particular spiritual, they want me to look it up, a meaning for the moth here. So I'm going to see if I can look that up. Here we go. So I'm going to look up the spiritual meaning because they're having me look it up. All right. So yeah, it's very similar to the butterfly. It says moths are associated with change, transformation, endings, death, and even the mystery of the night. Okay. Most moths navigate by moonlight and are at home in the dark. Okay, that is important there because you may feel like this is a very dark thing because we all know when we're dealing with arguments and tempers flaring and there's chaos, there's crazy shit going on, like things flying everywhere. It's just there's no peace, right? This is almost like the war card. This is trying to be at home with that. Maybe there's something going on in the home or something. You're trying to be at home in the dark. You're still keeping that light on with that Knight of Wands. Remember, it's all fire today. All right, you got to keep the light on. I did say something about that in the weekly or something in one of the zodiac signs that I did yesterday. You navigate by moonlight. You navigate by your intuition. You trust your intuition. You navigate by that light within you, and you don't hide that. You don't dampen it. You don't decrease the luminosity of it. You increase luminosity. And the moon also represents illusions. It represents uncertainty, things that are not coming to light, that there's something going on behind the scenes that you're not quite seeing or you're not meant to see because there's other things that God wants you to be cognizant of if you're dealing with this type of situation with the chaos and the drama and things. You know, she's sitting there and she's like, I'm at peace. I'm not going to get involved in this. I'm just going to do my thing and I'm going to make sure that my energies are high vibrational. I'm going to continue, forging ahead type of thing with this messenger of fire, this Knight of Fire. So, again, with the flames around her head, the candles, she's always illuminated. She understands or has a better understanding when this ensues in her environment in life or dealing with other people, whatever it is. She knows better than to, fall into it, to be overcome by the wars, the chaos, the drama. She doesn't allow it to affect her inner peace. She doesn't allow it to affect that firepower that she has. And she maintains this boldness and confidence in herself that she'll be able to withstand this, right? It's like puffing her chest out or like, standing up tall and saying, no, I'm brave enough to handle any challenge. I'm courageous enough to face any difficulty, any struggle, any battles, right? Because the Knight of Fire knows that these battles, these struggles, these things are building character. They're building you up. They're helping you to realize, okay, like, yeah, this is not a great thing, but how are you going to handle this? And again, it boosts your confidence in your ability to not get caught up in that, where before it would allow you to, it would cause you to be affected. Let's say even chaos and drama in the world right now. We all know what's going on overseas. Either you or other people around you may be greatly affected. Maybe you have opinions about something or you have belief systems about something and you're dealing with people who are going to be in your face about your belief systems, about what's going on in the world or something like that. You know what you know, and you got to stand up and face that with courage, with determination, and say, no, that's what I believe. I'm going to be bold and speak my piece and say, no, this is what I believe. This is, I know is best for me. I'm not going to get involved in that because it affects my energy. It destroys my inner peace. God, as always says in the Bible, the main thing that he wants us to achieve is peace. And if we allow other people to strip that from us, that is our fault. Because you're giving your power that God gave you away to those people. All right. So there's also something, again, I said about beating yourself up, like you're saying, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done this. I'm an idiot. It's self-sabotage with the Five of Wands. You could have made an impulsive move. You could have done something that was very hasty. Maybe there was a little bit of pride here or something, and you may have said to yourself, oh, well, I'm going to take action on this. I'm going to take a risk, because the messenger of fire is a risk. But maybe the risk was determined by, maybe there was an illusion there, right? With that moth energy. Maybe you were disillusioned by something and you took a risk and it was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Or too much of a daredevil or something. Maybe you got jealous of something that somebody had. Maybe there's recklessness here or showing off something. Somebody, you or somebody made a hasty move with doing something. There was a little bit of too much pride or a little bit, maybe even jealousy, because the shadow side of the Knight of Fire is jealousy, okay? So maybe you or somebody around you was very jealous of something. Jealousy does turn into people going off and losing their cool, okay? Especially if they don't know how to put out that fire on their own. So there could be that. Somebody around you is very jealous, somebody, or somebody's jealous of you, okay? But if you're being jealous of somebody else, you know, you're actually messing yourself up by doing that. All right. But there is something else here. Maybe you're jealous of somebody, or there's some jealousy here. Guys, I keep picking up on this. And you did a hasty move. You took a risk on something and you went head first, and now you're beating yourself up for it. This is actually stemming from the weekly that I did on YouTube, because I did say some of the collective made impulsive purchases or purchases out of guilt, or there's also a keeping up with the Joneses thing, you know, and you may have not thought it through, and you made the hasty decision to take a risk on this when you needed to not rush so much, and you need to sit and contemplate and meditate what that was, because the Five of Fire is also misunderstandings. You may have misunderstood something about whatever it was that you made a hasty, impulsive move on. Whatever you took action on, whatever you took a risk on. You may have misunderstood that. Well, you may have felt like, oh, I'm gonna be bold, I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna take a risk. That, you know, we have to use, again, discernment when we take risks. It's like my son always tells me, and he says to me, well, okay, Mom, so that means I can go into space. And this talks about faith too, right? Because when you take big risks, you have to have faith in that. But there's something that my son tends to say, well, okay, Mom, so if I go into a spaceship and I go out into the open outside of the rocket without a helmet, I'm going to be okay, right? And I say, remember, discernment. God is not going to be like, no, there's human implications in this. Or there's another time my son said, okay, Mom, so if I jump off like, you know, Mount Everest or something, then I'm not going to crash to my death. I'm not going to die, right? That type of thing. But again, it's common sense as well. It's kind of like, don't test God. And that's kind of what the devil did when Jesus was out in the desert, right? Oh, well, if you're the Son of Man, then you can do this and you can do that. Oh my God. He was being tested during that time to withstand the so-called suffering of being on the desert without food and water. He wasn't getting the thing to sustain him, and the devil was trying to get him, to trick him into kind of like not abusing his power, but try to get him to think, oh, well, you're this, God's going to save you. You don't test God like that, right? This was preparing Jesus for the crucifixion, because what did people say when he was on the cross? Well, if you're the Son of Man and you're the healer, why don't you save yourself? If you saved all these people, why don't you save yourself? Right? But Jesus knew that was not in God's will. If we're talking about the true resurrection, I do highly believe that there's different story to this resurrection based on what Jesus and Mary Magdalene have told me in meditation and what God has told me. So there could be a test this week, right? How are you going to maintain your boundaries? How are you going to withstand the storm? Are you going to ask for the strength and the courage to face it? Are you going to just ask for God to like, okay, just let this go away, I don't want to deal with it? Or you're going to try to meddle in it and get into the thing to try to for something to happen or for something to end when it's not your place to do it. But if you're beating yourself up for something that you hastily did, that you took a risk on, that you're realizing you probably shouldn't have made that move, don't worry about it. Because again, you misunderstood, your own confidence in this, or you may have said, okay, well, I need to take risks in everything. We don't need to take risks in everything. That's why we need to go to God first, instead of just jumping blindly into things, right? It's like I talked about in the weekly when my phone started to crap out, and I was, tempted to go upgrade my phone because I already paid my phone off. But then I was I even looked it up. I even started to see what I could get, what I was going to get for the phone. Obviously, it was going to be another iPhone, and try to do the math. And my guide said, stop. Because I could have told myself, I'm going to take a risk and get this phone, and everything's going to be fine. God's going to take care of it. But again, did God tell you? God didn't tell me. My ego was kicking in. I was like, oh no, I have confidence. I have courage. I'm going to go order the new phone, if me and my son, because if I get a new phone, my son gets one too. And I'm going to solve my phone problem. But I went to God and said, God, what do I do with my phone problem? He literally said, like, as I said to you guys in a session, in a post, God said, go upgrade the phone and go look at the AirPod functions now, because you're going to be able to, it's going to fix itself. And thank God that I went to God first. I didn't make that hasty, impulsive decision and kind of testing God. It's like, well, let me just do it anyway, because, God, I'm not saying God doesn't come through. That's not what I'm saying. But again, look at what happened with Jesus in the desert. You get tempted. And Jesus could have taken that risk. Oh, yeah, I am the Son of Man. Let me go jump off the cliff. We have to be smart about these things, okay? So, again, if you did something, you misunderstood something that you took action on, don't beat yourself up, okay? We all go through this. If you were told to take action on something that God told you to do, and you didn't do it, and you're beating yourself up because you didn't do it yet, now's the time to listen to what God's telling you to do. Again, you got to go to God. Don't go to the tarot, because there's different groups here. This is still a general reading, even though there's currently a smaller group of people watching this. Well, there's different messages for everybody, and I channel practically everything if that's what they want me to channel. So I'm also getting, for somebody else, somebody is making a bold ass move, maybe today, or this week or next week. Remember, guys, it's not just the daily guidance. Either way, there is something here for you to kind of help you get through it. It may not be everything, but somebody here is going to get in their horse, get in their car. They're traveling to see you. That is an unexpected visitor, kind of like the Eight of Wands. But this is somebody coming in. Maybe it's a surprise. They're coming in to make a bold, brave move, and they're saying to themselves, I know what I want. I'm going to go after it. I'm not going to... this is also competition. Let me go back. Some of you may have made an impulsive move or done something hasty, a purchase. You took action on something because you were jealous of some other people, or you are trying to compete with others when you should not be competing against anyone else but yourself. You are the one who's going to build yourself up. You're not supposed to be comparing yourself to the competition. That's for somebody. Okay? That's for somebody. You got to take those risks and going after what it is that you want, but according to you, not the competition. You're not here to be looking at what everybody else is doing and trying to emulate that, or trying to have something better. You don't know that something better is going to beat the competition. You don't know that what you think is better, right? Misunderstandings. What you think is going to get things moving forward, because maybe you feel like you're stagnant. This is coming from the weekly again. Something's stagnant. Something's not moving forward faster, hastily. and you're saying, well, I got to do something. I got to make a hasty, impulsive move. I got to take this risk, and I'm going to do this because I got to do better than the competition. I have so much competition. I have to do something about it, and I'm going to make a bold, what's it called? Ballsy, bold move, and I'm going to take it upon myself to do this, right? So that I'm in the game, so that I'm in it to win it. Yes, this is sports oriented. It's competition. Yeah, it's winning the game, but you're not winning at all costs, right? You are here to go through spiritual combat training. You are here to work on yourself. You get yourself better. You don't compare yourself to the competition and do things based on what they are doing when it is not your path, when it is not your mission, right? It's like for me, okay? I was so excited about the intro that I did, and then the devil wanted to come in and try to fuck it up for me and say, that's a little weird, Jess. Like, people don't do that, or like everybody else doesn't have an intro. Most people don't, right? Most of my quote unquote competition don't have intros. Why? Because people are like, they can't deal with 30 seconds because they're fucking impatient. And yes, I said it that way because if you can't be patient to watch something, how in the hell are you going to be patient for God to bring you your rewards? God tests those people who cannot sit through those things because of the hastiness, because of the impulsiveness. I just hurry it up. I just want to get whatever and then just go away and go to the next thing. You can't do that because when you rush, everything is not accomplished. We all know, again, with nature, nothing in nature is ever hurried or rushed. Nothing. So why are we living a life where we're rushing and we're trying to do these things and like, yeah, I'm gonna have this firepower and I'm just gonna do this and everybody else is doing it this way, so I'm gonna do it that way too, but I'm gonna try to do it better. But not, again, you're comparing yourself to everyone else is doing the same thing as you and not doing it the way God asked you to do it. And so the devil was like, why are you doing that? That's a little weird. Nobody puts that in there. And I was like, shut up, devil. I know I do good work all day, every day. I don't care that other people don't have intros. I don't care that everybody else's videos are 5, 10, 12 minutes long. That is not fucking me, and I don't give two shits who my competition is, because as long as I'm being myself and I keep taking the risk and I say, you know what, I'm going to try this out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to change things up, I'm going to just start doing this and just let me see where it goes, right? It's because God is telling me to do it. Because God's telling me, Jess, this is who you are. This is how you do your work. This is how you conduct your readings. This is how you conduct your business. This is how you build your website. This is how blah, 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 right? And even though I may not be seeing all the results just yet, am I going to go throw in the towel? Am I going to start like going back and checking the competition and trying to do what they're doing? That means I'm not being true to myself, which means you're slapping God in the face when you do that. So whatever it is this week, so for some of you, it's competition. For some of you, it's everything that I've talked about. But you got to clear up these misunderstandings about what is really risk-taking for you. Are you taking risk? Are you taking action on something because of what other people have, because what other people are doing? That's inauthenticity. That's lack of integrity, because you're comparing yourself. Oh, well, they're doing better. Things are moving along for them. Like, it's like, you know, they're more successful. There's some great stuff going on. There's things going on for them. So I got to do something similar to what they're doing, or try to have something better than what they're doing. What does that mean? Anyway, the other thing here is somebody's about to come in to clear up a lot of misunderstandings. They want to find common ground with you. They want to compromise. Okay? Somebody's coming in really bold here. That's a Knight of Wands. Is you could be going on a romantic trip. Somebody may be asking you to go on a romantic trip, right? Somebody's going to sweep you off your feet, perhaps. But it's more so somebody's going to be very confident and determined to tell you the truth. There's unfinished business. They want to clear up some misunderstandings. They misunderstood you. They misunderstood what they wanted. The Knight of Wands is also perceived as the so-called player according to other people. Somebody here did not want commitment. They just wanted to go on adventures and have fun and enjoy life, because the Knight of Wands isn't necessarily a committed person when you're looking at his shadow side. He doesn't commit to relationships. He just wants to have adventurous ones. He's driven by his pants or her pants. There's strong sexual energy here with the Messenger of Fire, with the Knight of Wands. And this person that doesn't really value sensuality, or didn't, they didn't really value the sensuality of a female, of a male or something, or the beauty of them. This person tended to be sexually driven. All right, so there's something about strong passion for you, because the Knight of Wands has a tremendous amount of passion for the work that he does or she does, or for somebody. And somebody misunderstood their passion for you, they thought it was lust. They thought it was so strong, like, oh my God, why am I having these sexual thoughts about them? Why do I feel so hot for them? Why do they, make me feel on fire, right? Like, why do I have this strong energy? And they thought that it was because it was the devil, that it was one of the sins about lust, right? But then they started to realize that it was only because of the chemistry. It was because of the fire that was coming from this person that was igniting their fire. And it was like, this is very different. But they confused that with lust. And somebody wants to come in and explain this to you and kind of clear the air and say, you know what, I want to go on this trip and I want to talk to you about these things. I want to make amends. I want to reconcile. I want to find some sort of resolution with this. I want to be able to better understand you, this connection type of thing. They're being very, there's also charisma here. Somebody who knows how to sweet talk, someone who's very attractive as well in all senses of the word. And they may have been luring people into a trap, or they're just distracted or led by, again, sex, beauty, like really good looking people. I've said this before. Somebody who's hot, right? But they started to realize that having these casual relationships really doesn't bring them anything. They don't want to be going out gallivanting anymore and just hopping from place to place or relationship to relationship, having casual relationships, because it doesn't really do them any good. And what I'm getting is that this person who's been doing this, every relationship that they get into, it's drama. Apparently there are some women, this is for those who, your person is a man. This can apply to your person too, but just hear me out because it's going to be easier. So I know the majority of you, your person is male. So there's something here where your person who's male would go out, right? Casual dating, casual relationships. It was just like sexually based, like just trying to get off or whatever, and just having their fun, having their cake and eat it too. Just being adventurous, right? I don't want to be tied down. The Knight of Wands is not tied down to things. I mean, he could be, exploring and doing these fun, adventurous things here. With mission work, or trying to see exactly what works for him. But with relationships, he tends to just like go around and trying to score, trying to win the game, right? And what's happening here is this person is dealing with a lot of people that they've been dating or getting into relationships with, even with family, okay? But in the relationship, with the casual dating thing, everybody that they've tried to date had some sort of drama. They were dramatic. They were really hot, but they were full of drama. I was like, oh my God, my hair isn't right. Oh, I had to put on my makeup and I'm getting dressed for 3 hours straight and blah, 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 blah. Or, you make a comment about them and saying, oh, I don't really like that outfit, or like, does this dress make me look fat, right? And you say yes, and then this person just gets up in your face. I can't believe you told me I was fat, and blah 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 blah. Right? That's drama. There's some of you, your person has been somebody dealing with people in these casual relationships where all it is drama and chaos. They can't find common ground. They can't find similarities. They can't find something where it doesn't destroy the peace. And I believe that this person is just fed up with it already. It's like every time, like I'm not committing to anybody, but what I'm doing is that, well, I'm trying to have my fun, but this is not working anymore. This sucks because everybody that I tried to charm, that I tried to start something new with, I take a risk and say, okay, let me try this person, let me do this, let me do that. And it's always chaos. And someone is like a drama queen. Somebody is just, arrogant. They're, what's the word? Jealous. Some of them were also dealing with jealous people that they were dating. Right? If they looked at another girl, they would get all upset because somebody here lacks confidence. The people that they were dating lacked confidence. They lacked self-esteem. They were not, they didn't believe in themselves. So they even thought that, oh, if that guy, if my boyfriend is looking at complimenting some other woman or getting a gift from another woman, or someone's being nice to them, I'm assuming that they're trying to take my man. I'm assuming that, oh, well, if you're being nice to them, or you're accepting this from them, then that means they're better than me, or you think they're prettier. You guys know what I'm talking about. So it's like your person may have been dealing with people who were like that, and it's like, oh my God, this is fucking bullshit, right? And it appears that this person really likes highly attractive people. Okay. And they charm the highly attractive people. And I'm talking about women who look like Victoria's Secret models. Like, they're very appealing to the eyes. Like, a lot of people make highly big compliments about them. They could be exotic looking because that's also kind of Knight of Wands energy. A lot of people find them very hot and attractive. But again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I have to say, if you put a panel of certain women, in a line, like, you would be the one who would be pointed out as the hottest person in the room. Okay? I'm not saying that everybody else isn't hot or beautiful, whatever, but because of today's standards, like, again, we're looking at Victoria's Secret models, or, like an Angelina Jolie type of person, or a J-Lo person, Jennifer Lopez, or, those types of things. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. I find Jennifer Lopez hotter than Taylor Swift. Does that make sense? But they're both beautiful women. Taylor Swift is a beautiful girl. But when I'm talking about hotness, like, there's some sex appeal there. There's just the look that they have. And Jennifer Lopez, she is Puerto Rican, so she is exotic, right? But you get my point, right? Somebody likes beautiful people, but they want the hot factor with it. There's also a sexiness to this. When I look, and this is my opinion, guys, between Taylor Swift and Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Lopez is fucking hot, because she is. That's my opinion. Yes, there's something about it because she is Latina, and Latin people have a lot of blood in their, a lot of diversity in their blood. And when you mix all those different races, it creates insanely gorgeous people, okay? Nothing against the people who don't have those, like, a myriad of races in their blood. That's not what I'm saying, but it is known where the more races you have in your blood, the better you look, the hotter you look. Taylor Swift is a beautiful girl. She has a sweet heart. She has a beautiful smile. She's really, really beautiful. But if I were to label her as hot, no. And that's not a bad thing. So your person, for some of you, they want hot people, exotic looking people, people who look like movie stars, okay? Models or something. Maybe they were dating models, okay? And they had this charm to lure them in. But what they were finding was that all they were full of was drama. Everywhere they went with this person, or no matter what, it was always crazy. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And maybe they were codependent, wanting their attention all the time. You need to be paying attention to me. You need to be talking to me. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, if you're at a date and somebody's on their phone all the time, not paying attention to you, that's ass. That is not, a divine masculine energy. But, if something happens, like your son texts you, or your mom calls or something in the middle of a date, and, the your date, the other person is, bent out of shape, trying to say, why'd you pick up that phone call? Why'd you answer that text? Whatever. That's just sad. So it looks like this person was dealing with people like that. And apparently they put you in a box because they thought you were the same. Maybe they thought you were hot. You were very different. You had some confidence to yourself, and they kind of saw that. But then they thought you were going to be like all the other women, all the other men, and you were going to cause drama too, because every hot person that they were with, every casual relation, every person that they went after, and they were bold, they went after people that people considered them to be out of their league. Okay? It's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame going after Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Okay? Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's a perfect example, right? Jay-Z's awesome, but he's not the best looking guy. That's just my opinion. Okay? But he does have other things about him that Beyonce saw in him. So it's like a Beyonce, Jay-Z type of thing. I'm not saying your person looks like Jay-Z. That's not what I'm saying. But this person didn't really think that they were hot. They were good looking. They were sexy or something, right? Attractive. So they would use this charm. They would use this boldness. They would have this ability to go after men, women who were considered out of their league, right? And they took a risk, and they would win over the person, right? Sometimes they would go invite him on a romantic trip and be all like, very, very appealing. It's like, oh wow, this person's sweeping me off my feet. Like this is the catch right here. This is a keeper. And they would do that, but there was something underlying there that they weren't coming to terms with. And they also got jealous of other men or other women who were able to date very hot looking people. So they went the other route. They studied women or men very well, and they went the other route to do these things that men don't normally do to try to get them in on their team, on their side. And what happened was that they were doing this for show because at some point they couldn't commit. But they wanted other people to talk about them. Oh my God, I went on the most amazing trip ever, and I went on this guy is the most amazing man, this woman is this person is the most amazing woman, this person has everything, and blah, 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 blah. And people are like, yeah, he's a keeper, he's awesome, he's a gentleman, he's a this, he's a that, you should marry this person, right? And your person got off on this in a sense, in the way where it boosted their self-esteem because they were seeking validation outside themselves. But they knew that this was not going to be a committed relationship. They knew. And they kind of faked it in a sense. They kind of bamboozled the person that they were with. But what was happening, it was a karma thing, guys. It was a karmic thing because they were bamboozling the other person because their pride, their arrogance, their ego. And they ended up attracting women, men who were full of drama. Their friends were full of drama. It was drama followed this person everywhere. And now your person's like, I'm fucking done with this. And they thought you were going to be the same. And they realized you were not. That you can be hot inside and out and not be a drama queen. And if there is drama and chaos going around you, you get away from it. You don't throw yourself into the fire. You get yourself the fuck out of there. And some of them are looking at you and saying, wow, there's no drama whatsoever in their lives and they're not acting like they need the attention all the time, yet they're hot as shit. This is a unicorn. This is different, right? But that's because it's the feminine who's tied to God. She's been enlightened. She's like, nah, I don't need somebody to validate me. I don't need somebody to be treating me in a way to make me feel better about myself, because I know I'm already the shit, right? So there's like somebody who's coming in to clear this up and saying, you know what, I can't. I need to clear up these misunderstandings. They want to resolve this conflict pretty badly. And they're about to, I'm telling you, this energy has been going around for about a year. This person's they grew a huge set of balls. Not that they didn't have them before. I am getting that somebody is packing it. Somebody is very, very large. It's like 8 inches or more, but they also have like a thickness to them. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I am. They're very good in bed, but they're starting to realize that that's not what defines them. And they don't need the feminine to tell them that they're good in bed or something, or that like, oh my God, you have the biggest penis ever, to make them feel confident about themselves, to make them feel like a man. Or if it's a woman where, I don't know, she does something in bed or whatever, it's fellatio or whatever, and she doesn't need the man to tell her how awesome she is at that or something. You get my point, right? So there's no jealousy here. Also, there's also something about your person may have been jealous of you or jealous of the people that you talk to. There's a whole bunch coming with this. But it seems that even though they may have swept you off your feet before, and they may have been causing the drama, because it could have been them too, right? You didn't get caught up in it, and you stayed silent, and you didn't fight them too. You didn't get immersed in their crap. You didn't fall for the drama. You didn't get caught up in the storm. And you're like, okay, whatever, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. I'm walking away from this. I'm not going to fight you on this. And you maintained your peace. You didn't argue with them, right? Especially like they said, you know, somebody who's jealous of you, and they're like, why are you talking to that person? Why this? And you're like, well, okay. So somebody here is going to really clear up some stuff. They're going to be taking action pretty soon. They know they need to. But this is also, they have to think things through and then act with speed. They're not jumping into the fire before they know what fire they're getting into. And it doesn't have to be an inferno, guys. It could just be you're just moving towards a fire pit or a fireplace, and you're just sitting by the warm fire and you're just enjoying it, type of thing. You're not throwing yourself into it. This is trusting your instincts and knowing what you need to do and what direction you need to head towards to get this going. Okay? You're ready for the next adventure. Your person's ready for the next adventure. This is someone who has a lot of confidence in themselves. And they're saying, you know what? I'm taking this risk. I'm doing this. I'm getting back at it, and I'm getting back at it with a full set of balls, a new set of bigger balls, a bigger dick, whatever. I'm going to go out there and be like, yeah, I got the biggest dick in the room. But again, you can do that and not be arrogant about it. Okay? That is possible. Somebody's coming towards you saying, no, I have the biggest dick in the room, and again, I beat out all the competition. I'm the one that you want, and you know it. And I'm going to ask you on this trip, I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to ask you, you know, I'm going to win you over. I want to compromise with you. I want to clear these things up, and I'm not going to take no for an answer. This person's coming in very, very, very different. Very, very different. And they're not going to be worried about the competition either, because this has also been holding them back a little bit to see if you're dating somebody else, to see if you're interested in somebody else, because they're looking at you like, how the fuck are you that hot and that smart and that bold and that brave and that confident, and you don't have drama in your life, and you're not pompous, and you're not egotistical. You're not vain. How is that possible? It's like when Christian Grey tells Anna, men must throw themselves at you. And what does she say? Not the ones that I've wanted. Right? Same thing happens to me. I've had these men come after me and I'm like, nope. It's not what I want. I already know what I want, right? And now this person is saying the same thing. Like, no, I don't care if there's anybody else around. I'm not going to get jealous either. This is also somebody who's learning when they come back into your life. And again, there's something about a romantic trip. You're going to be traveling soon, or you're going to be relocating. This is also a change of residence, okay? There's something, maybe somebody's coming in to rescue you, or someone's coming in to sweep you off your feet or take you away on a trip to escape the chaos, the craziness that's going on around you right now, perhaps. Someone may be taking a bold move and asking you to marry them. We've been getting that energy very strongly, okay? But somebody's saying, this could also be asking you to move in with them. That's a bold move. Because they know, they can feel probably, or they know that there's a lot of drama where you are, or and maybe in the neighborhood that you live, in the home that you live in, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and they're coming in and saying, no, you're coming with me, right? It's like, get on my horse and let's go right off into the sunset type of thing. Or they're going to take you away on this trip and talk about things, clear things up. Then there's the proposal, and then you guys are going to get married or whatever. Or maybe you get married on this romantic trip, and you end up moving in with this person, right? There's relocation. It's like a whole bunch of things are going to happen really quickly. And what I'm getting is that when this happens for some of you, there's going to be opposition. All right. People are going to be like, what the hell? You're moving? What? Where? With who? With this person? Like, what the fuck is this? Right? People are not going to like it. There's going to be a lot of opposition. So make sure you have those balls, and say, nope, I'm taking a risk. This is my person. This is what God wants me to do. This is part of God's plan. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. You're going to have a lot of big balls to say that too. Right? But now this person's coming in. I don't care if there might be somebody else. And I'm not going to get jealous when men compliment my feminine. When men, approach them. When men say this, or even women or something like that. I'm not going to get jealous. Because I know that feminine is for me. This is what this masculine's had to learn too. It's so much. The Fool card. Holy shit. This person is taking a bold ass, big dick leap of faith. Because they want that new beginning. They want a complete do-over. They're not going to worry about what's happening down the line, thinking that the history is going to repeat itself. This is living life anew. Again, they see things a lot clearer now. They really have misunderstood a lot of things in their journey. And now they're coming in not as the uncommitted Knight of Wands, not as the casual dating, casual relationship Knight of Wands, not as the jealous Knight of Wands, not as the hasty one. This is the person who comes in, takes what they want, and leaves. And leaves you with nothing or very little. This person has changed completely. They're the divine Knight of Wands. They're starting over completely different as someone who's more chivalrous. Someone who's going to come with the confidence, and they're not going to be jealous anymore. They're not going to be afraid to go back out there and go after what they want, even though all this other crazy shit happened to them in the past. There's also this person got caught up in like a very hot wife or something, or a hot person married them, and she was full of drama. Her life was full of drama. It was chaos. Like, it was a very chaotic marriage. All right. So this person's doing it very differently. This is going all in. This is going all in. It's like poker. Maybe somebody who likes to play poker, because Five of Wands is sports competition, right? Games. Like playing games, not quit playing games with my heart type of thing, but you know what I mean. This person's going all in. They're folding. Okay? Somebody does like poker. Somebody's very good at it too. Somebody wins money with poker or something. Somebody goes to Vegas and plays poker or something, or poker tournaments. I don't know. This is coming out of left field. This person's going all in. He's jumping in and doing it. This is the Just Do It card. This is the Nike card right here. Have the confidence, the big balls confidence to do it. This is why I said, think it through. He's going to think it through before he acts, before he speaks, whatever. Okay, let me make sure I'm clear about this. There's also something, when this person comes in, okay, they're prepared if you tell them that there's somebody else. Okay, but I get very strongly that there isn't anybody else. They may know this, they may feel this from you, but there's still a little bit of doubt, just a little bit. Because they may have asked you before and you weren't with anybody, and they wanted to ask you, but they didn't have the courage to do it. And now they're saying, nope, I'm not just going to ask them. I'm actually going to go travel to them. I'm going to go ask them on the date, or I'm going to just go ask them, hey, you want to go on this trip with me? Let's go out for a weekend. Let's go here. Let's go there. It could even be a weekend trip, a day trip, a week trip, whatever. And they want to hear it from you. They don't want to get an email. They don't want to get a text message. They want to see it for themselves. Okay? And that's fine. I wouldn't, judge them because of that. But they're saying, I don't care about the fucking competition. I'm just going to fucking do it anyway. I'm going to make the bold move. And I'm not going to get bent out of shape if there's somebody else. Because even if there's somebody else, your person's going to come in and say, no, I've got the biggest dick in the room. I know you want me. There's nobody like me, so you're going to go with me. There's a little bit of ego there, but this person isn't going to be flagrantly pissed off if you're the type of person who'll go around saying, no, I'm not listening to you. I'm going to do my own thing. And this person will be like, okay, all right, you can go your own way. But I'm not getting this, because if you know this is your divine counterpart, you know you guys are meant for each other. You know you're not supposed to be dating. You know that there's no other competition, and you're not worried about, you're not jealous about who wants them either. They're not jealous anymore about who wants you, and you're not jealous about who wants them, because you know you are for each other. This person's also going to clear up the misunderstandings, right? And tell you, again, with that confidence and that taking a risk, that they acted like a fool. They were foolish. Fools rush in. This person rushed into this connection with you too quickly, and then they misjudged you, and there was all these misunderstandings that they didn't clear up with you. Again, the unfinished business. They're going to say, yeah, I know I acted foolishly, and I'm sorry. I jumped into the fire. I jumped in head over heels. I just went into this not fully understanding what I was doing. But this person definitely wants a new beginning with you. They want a complete start over. It's going to be a completely new life with this person. They're going to do something very spontaneous. It's like out of the blue. It's on a whim. Okay? This person's finally following their heart and being completely fearless and embarking on this new path with you, because they know deep down inside you are ultimately what they've ever wanted, and they're like, I just need to go and do this and go get the queen. The others of you, again, this is what they want me to say. Be careful today, because they don't want you to do something foolish, or you already did something foolish where you were trying to deal with the competition and you made a hasty move, some hasty impulse purchase, or you took action on something that wasn't divinely guided. You allowed competition to get the best of you. You doubted yourself. You didn't have confidence in yourself. And you may have done, you had a lack of faith about something. And you did something reckless. Or be careful of doing something reckless today. Okay, I heard it. This is travel. For some of you, yeah, this person's asking you to travel with them somewhere. But you're going to know if this is what you need to do or not. It's a major arcana. You have to follow your heart with this. If you know you shouldn't be doing it, don't do it. Because maybe if you do, it's going to cause some struggles and some other challenges or some drama. All right? Be smart about this. Don't rush into this. Or if you already did, don't beat yourself up about it. Now, if you did take a risk on something, and you didn't allow things to overcome you, you took a leap of faith, you're going to get rewarded for that. Fortune favors the brave. Good things come to those who risk things. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. So maybe you took a big leap here, and you had a tremendous amount of faith with whatever this is. And now something completely different is about to happen. It's a completely new life for you. And part of it does deal with traveling. You're going to be traveling more often, or you're going to be relocating. Change of residence. And you will have to travel a distance to move to this place. Well, they want me to show you the other card. It's the Hierophant Taurus. You may be dealing with a Taurus, or they have Taurus moon, sun rising. This person is very serious about marriage with you. See what I mean? They're following their divine guidance. And they weren't doing it before. They got caught up in the 3D world, the traditions of things. They didn't believe in marriage, religious stuff, whatever. Maybe they thought you were very religious when you really weren't. Maybe they came from a very religious background, and their religion really kind of jacked some things up for them. Nonconformity. This is about major changes. Fives are about major changes. You're very life changes, and God's coming in to change this life for you. But there's somebody here who wants a solid, stable relationship with you. This is commitment at a higher level. This person now knows that this is a God-ordained connection, and that there's no divorce with the Hierophant. It's sacred union. It's sacred marriage. Because both of you are being divinely guided towards each other. And because this person misunderstood this before, now they understand this. They're not afraid now to take this risk to head towards you. There's no competition, because that's my kingdom spouse. I'm supposed to be with this person. I'm going to take action on it, because they're having a lot of faith. There's so much faith here, guys, because the Hierophant is all about faith in God, in the unknown. This is having faith in the unknown too. And you know what's crazy? I'm going to show you my shirt. Hold on a second. Let me flip the camera if I can do that. Hold on. Nope, I don't think I can. So I'm going to have to turn it around. Look. I know it's going to be weird because I don't know how to do this better, but I can't. There we go. Can you see it? Faith. Forwarding all issues to heaven. So there's no coincidence that I'm wearing a faith shirt today. Some of you have had a tremendous amount of big balls, unwavering faith in what God has told you to do and staying on the path. This is you being a spiritual teacher, a spiritual mentor for others, okay? You understood that there was a higher purpose in what God was asking you to do. And no matter what the hell was going on in your life, you kept at it. You didn't steer from your path, steer clear of your path. You kept taking those risks. You kept following your heart, not knowing what was going to happen down the road. But again, Major Arcana, you were trusting in God the entire time. With this, people get significantly rewarded for having a tremendous amount of faith in God and His purpose for you. So there's that. So some of you need to have faith in something, whether it's moving or getting back on your path or doing things differently, but not doing it differently because of the competition, because you're trying to compete, because you're trying to win the game and trying to beat somebody out at somebody, or trying to move things along for yourself. Right? Okay, they want me to do my deck first. This is you facing adversity with a tremendous amount of confidence and courage, guys, and determination. You say, nope, God, this is my path. I'm going to keep doing this until I get to my destination. Until you come in and change the game, and or my life changes or whatever. So let's see what the guidance is here. I'm going to pull another guidance card for this. What guidance do we have? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Jesus, Mary, Mother, Mother Mary, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Oh, wow. I just realized I forgot to do the weekly on the app. Be honest with yourself. See? Did you act hastily? Are you beating yourself up for something? Just also be honest with yourself. You have the confidence, you have the courage, you have the ability to take that risk. If it's what God has told you to do. Star into your power. There's the bonus card. This is also amplifying all the other cards that flew out. You really have to be honest with yourself here. You're more than capable to do something different. To start a new adventure. This is all new adventure stuff. This is all Sagittarius energy. We're not even Sagittarius season yet. You are ascending. Just because you're not seeing anything in the physical does not mean you're not ascending. Just because you're doing your mission work and you're doing these things and you're comparing yourself to the competition, everybody's doing better than you, it doesn't mean that you're not ascending. Now, if you're not taking risks and you keep beating yourself up and you're getting caught up in the competition and the comparisons, you are getting jealous of other people, then you're not ascending, right? Again, be honest with yourself. Either some of you are ascending or you aren't. It's going to be different for everybody. Forcing creates resistance. You see, I was talking about that. Connect with nature. Quiet your mind. Get to center. Stay strong through the storm. Have a positive mindset. Your hard work has finally paid off. Because the bonus card is here, this amplifies the energies of all of these cards, but especially this. Because somebody here starred into their power. They took those chances when they were being divinely led. They took the risk in leaving the world behind, starting life anew, not knowing where the hell they were headed, and being the spiritual mentor, the spiritual guide, by following God every step of the way. God said, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, and you did it. God said, start the thing. God said, leave the job. God said, move to that place. God said, start being an inspiration to others, start mentoring other people, getting them closer to me, and you did it. And that's because you did this. You realize how powerful you were, that you were capable, that it doesn't matter how everybody else is doing it compared to how you're doing it. Like, you do you, and you do what God tells you to do. And you worked very hard on taking those risks without hesitating. All right? God said jump, you said how high. This is where God wants you to get to. But again, you're not comparing yourself to other people based on what you are doing, just to get ahead. Holy fuck. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't do it. Don't make impulsive moves. It's like somebody gets a new car and you got to get a new car too. Somebody changes something on their platform, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, and then you gotta one-up them and you gotta say, oh, well, I gotta do this better. No. Somebody's making more money than you by doing the same thing you're doing, and you're comparing yourself and you're beating yourself because your stuff is shit and it doesn't whatever. No, you don't do that. You don't fucking do that ever. Yes, it's gonna happen sometimes. Trust me, guys, I've got caught up in that. But it's like I was saying, when I changed my intro and I was doing all these other things, and the devil wanted me to say, like, just nobody else does that. That's a little cheesy. Everybody wants fast readings. Everybody wants the quick way out. Do it like everybody else. I am not fucking like anybody else, and neither are you. I've been channeling the shit out of this message, and at the bottom of my deck. You can't make it up. Stop stressing. It's going to work out for you if you take the risk based on what God told you to do, not the competition. And you're going to have patience with this, because you will find financial and material abundance. It's coming, but not when you're doing the opposite. Not when you're stressing out. Not when you're comparing yourself. Not when you're beating yourself up and you're thinking that your stuff is shit, that you're not capable, that you don't have the ability, that you don't have the potential. It's all bullshit. It's all in your head. That's why you got to quiet your mind and connect with nature. And don't force things to go your way. We got this in the weekly. It's coming out again. Some of you got to stop forcing things. Just do you. Follow the guidance God's given you. When stuff starts going crazy, especially if it has to do something with money and you're panicking and you got to force something, you're going against God's will, and it'll backfire on you. You make those hasty, impulsive moves because you're stressing out and you're like, no, I got to force the situation to work out better for myself. You shoot yourself in the foot. Because you're not following your divine guidance. Because you think, nope, I got to take matters into my own hands and do it. All right. What was that? Did I check the top of the deck? You're in the flow. Keep riding the current. Either you are or you're not. Go to God for this. Some of you are in the flow. Some of you are not. You're still addicted to this. Let go. See? Maybe you're addicted to comparing yourself. You're addicted to forcing. You're trying to make it go your way instead of God's way. Because you're wanting a particular outcome. You're wanting things to move faster. You may perceive that somebody is more gifted than you, that somebody does something better than you. Stop doing that. What is the wellness tip for today? Holy Spirit, for this collective, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Woo! Well, came out in the reverse, but 35, divine potential. Fulfill your destiny. Be all you can be, but don't join the army. What did I say, right? Be you. Be who you are. What did I say about you have the potential? God's given you the potential. You don't need to be looking at the competition. Law of grace. Be your divine essence. Dissolve all in grace. Give yourself grace and give others grace. Again, this is such a huge message with not comparing yourself to other people. Stop beating yourself up thinking that like you won't amount to anything. That's coming from your childhood stuff. You got to clear that. You are more capable than what you think, okay? All right, 35. This is a card of destiny. Before you build a house, an architect draws up a blueprint of the best possible building that can be constructed in the space and conditions available. In exactly the same way, your higher self, guides, and overlighting archangel draw up a blueprint of the greatest potential for your incarnation. This blueprint is held by your guardian angel and deposited in your Earth Star chakra. When you receive this card, you are advised to look carefully at your life. It suggests there are gifts, talents, or aspects of yourself still to be explored or activated. Are you doing the best you can? Are you living a little life when your divine plan is to live a big one? Do you have hidden depths to plumb? Are there any areas of your life that you could develop? Do you have special qualities waiting to emerge? It is time to explore your hopes, dreams, and visions. What would you love to do in your life? What excites you? Your guidance is to expand your consciousness. The plan for your life may be bigger than you have realized. When a caterpillar feels the call, it builds a cocoon around itself and allows the divine energy within it to effect a transformation. In the same way, a metamorphosis is taking place within you now. Ask your unicorn to touch you with its horn, for it is time to emerge and spread your etheric wings. Prepare to fly. And I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. Somebody's about to come into what the fullness of their destiny is, like Joel Osteen says. Something destined's about to happen for somebody because you've done the hard work already. You've already activated these gifts and these talents. You stop trying to compare yourself. Stop comparing yourself. And you did you. Be all you can be. You're doing what excites you already. If you're not, this is the time to start getting on it. Law of grace. We are all courted over lifetimes to those we have harmed with thoughts, words, or actions, and to those who have hurt us. These soul threads draw the same people, conditions, and situations into our lives again and again. Grace is the solvent that releases them forever. When you choose this card, unicorns are inviting you to act with pure source love so that you activate the law of grace. Grace is forgiveness. If you offer it to someone who has betrayed you, your heavenly gift breaks the energetic link and sets you free. It also fills that old space in your heart with love and generosity. When you ask for grace for all the hurts or harms you have caused consciously or unconsciously throughout your lifetimes, it also releases you and brings huge relief. No one is perfect, for Earth is a learning experience. If you feel you have acted imperfectly, forgive yourself. The person you were then did the best they could at the time in those circumstances. Until you forgive yourself, you will attract punishment because you believe you deserve it. But Source sees the divine in you and accepting you without judgment. See the divine in others. Look at everyone you meet with eyes of grace. Extend this to your friends, neighbors, acquaintances, all in the public domain, and people throughout history. Grace enables relationships to transform with Source love. And when you practice giving and receiving unconditional acceptance, all karma is erased. Yeah, see, I was talking to God about that, about seeing the divine in others, and because something was going on for the past week, and it's been challenging, but I still had to see the situation, people with grace. When you offer healing, send it under grace so that you are detached from the result. Grace asks God to take over for the highest good of all. Receive and give grace. Sit and stand with your palms facing upwards. Your unicorn is beside you, holding you in light. Your heart is open to Source. The energy of grace is flooding you. Experience your divine essence. Think of others with unconditional acceptance. Set yourself and everyone else free. Your affirmation is, I accept grace and offer it to others. Right? That's also giving yourself grace. What I said, don't beat yourself up. If somebody's coming in to disrupt your life or whatever, you offer them grace. You see the divinity in them. Okay. You know, sometimes, you know, people do certain things and they're not thinking, right? They're hasty, they make impulsive moves, and it's not, you know, of the divine initially, but if you see it that way, it makes it a lot better. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Plating Series. Please reveal to us for highest good. What other message do we have for today? Oh my God. Which is gathering. Gather in power, come together in grace. Unity is rising and all will be embraced. It's got focus today. I don't know. I read it. Fire Cider 16. Dwell in the medicine that exists to protect the spirit. We haven't gotten this card yet, I don't think. I don't know, guys. It's not working today. Pomegranate 29. Dare to taste the unknown. Let it seduce your spirit awake. Okay? Maybe you need to eat some pomegranate seeds or something. Look, there's another moth there. There it is again. Gather in power. Some of you need to take risks in following what your destiny is or stay on that path. There's a big thing about working with others or taking that path towards forgiveness and learning what that is for yourself and others. Bottom of the deck is a mountain cabin. So apparently somebody may very well be going on a trip to a mountain cabin. There's going to be some sort of gathering there. Okay. Fire cider, something, wine or something outside. Mountain cabin. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. Absolutely. All right, let's see what these messages are. 42 is one of them. This card is about loyalty, faith, friendship, and cooperation. Your higher self chose this card because it is a good omen of friendship and renewed connection. This is a positive sign for you if you're seeking to reconnect with a lost friend or lover. I told you somebody's coming back around. Take steps to reach out, as your reunion will result in a joyful and positive experience. Witches' gathering is also a great sign if you're seeking new relationships, either intimate or platonic. There are people who are just your kind of people, and you will likely go on to build rewarding, loyal, and long-lasting relationships with any new people entering your life at this time. Seek people who share your values and interests. You may be surprised to find there are many people who understand you on a soul-deep level who have been looking for someone just like you to occupy room in their lives. This card also brings an important message. Relationships are not to be taken lightly, and they require care and attention. It's important to make time for the people who are most important to you because they need your love and support just as much as you need theirs, and maybe even more. This card guides you to say yes to as many social invitations as possible. There are people who are very eager to meet you, and you never know when a party or night at a bar with a friend can change your life. It's even more critical for new relationships that are fragile and just beginning to take shape. If you're feeling vulnerable, it's safe to say others might be feeling something similar. Making time and doing your best confirms your desires to have others around and will go a long way in showing how much you care. Let's do the other way. I think it was Fire Cider was the next one, number 16. Preparation, building immunity, strengthening the spirit. Your higher self chose this card because Fire Cider wishes to tell you something that may be difficult to understand, which is that manifestation is not magic. What manifestation does is make spaces for your preparation to be useful. The universe expands your possibilities, moves things around so you're in the right place at the right time, and offers a helpline when you're facing obstacles. Even so, you wouldn't go to a job interview without being prepared to explain why you're the right person for the job, or go to the store without money to, right? That's kind of like think it through before you take action, and then you quickly take action after you think it through. In truth, manifestation can feel like magic, but so few of us are armed with the tools needed to manifest anything meaningful. There are too many fears most of us don't know how to face. Too many thought distortions many of us aren't even aware of, let alone able to bust, and too much that is overwhelming about big life goals that can seem impossible to achieve. And then we have pomegranate with number 29. Oh, there's mountain cabin. I'll read that in a minute. 29. Pomegranate. Oh my God. Lust, pleasure, seduction, forbidden fruit, and sexuality. Dare to taste the unknown. Let it seduce your spirit awake. Holy cow. See, that Knight of Wands can be a seducer too. Your higher self chose this card because you are ignoring the things that could show you the path to your purpose, to more rewarding relationships, and to unrealized talents or new ways to experience fun. There is some debate about the fruit eaten by Eve in the garden. Some believe it was an apple, while others believe it was a pomegranate. The superfruit's connection to the story is what invokes its alignment with temptation. And sadly, the story of Eve leads many to believe their desires should be denied instead of embraced. Each desire is a clue about what will bring you fulfillment, joy, love, success, and all other high vibrational emotions that are yours to claim. By denying your desires, you are denying what makes you you. Pomegranate encourages you to allow yourself to experience everything that is within your heart. Try new foods, take an unusual path to a familiar place, travel, speak to someone unusual, and do the things that scare but also excite you. In doing so, you will discover the freedom to experience your full self without limitations or boundaries. That's a good one right there. So let's read Mountain Cabin. Disconnecting, solitude, and hermiting. Your higher self chose this card because there are too many things influencing your life, and some time to yourself to listen to your inner spirit is exactly what you need. Most friends and family have the best intentions when offering their advice, but they can only speak from their experiences and do not have a full understanding of your life story. Even those closest to you, such as a sibling, parent, or best friend, won't know everything about you, why you've made certain choices, or the goals you daydream about. Your soul is guiding you through this card to disconnect from the world so you can find the best pathway forward without the pollution of other people's opinions. It's much easier to find confidence in yourself without the questions, doubt, concerns, or criticism you're likely facing from those in your life. Taking a solo vacation is excellent if that is available to you, but finding a quiet corner to yourself, journaling, or simply keeping your plans under wraps are all excellent ways to experience solitude. But I do get somebody, because there's a lot of travel energy here, you may be actually literally going to a mountain cabin for some sort of gathering, maybe for Thanksgiving, maybe for Christmas. Either you're going with family or you're going, or your person is taking you. It doesn't have to be a mountain cabin, guys. It could be something else. Maybe there's a cabin by the lake. Maybe there's a, I don't know, Colorado, Aspen, something like that. So because I'm getting strong masculine energy in this, we're going to get a message from the masculine to see what he or she has to say. What does the masculine collective want to say to the feminine at this time? Holy Spirit, archangels, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? Holy Spirit, archangels, Jesus, Mary, Mother Mary, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Just because I'm silent doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you, because I do. I reacted instead of responding. Please don't take it personally. See? There you go. They do want to communicate with you. They could have, right? They could have, again, gotten jealous. They were arrogant, blatant, causing altercations, being temperamental, being rude, type of thing, doing something foolish, right? Just like reckless and impulsive. They reacted instead of thinking it through, all right? Sometimes that gets the best of us, right? And we just say, oh man, we took action too quickly. We said this too quickly, right? Head over heels. You didn't think before you spoke or acted, something like that. And this person has been trying to better understand certain things. Okay. And they're not silent because, again, it's because they're dealing with, they reacted instead of responding. So now they're finding a way, a more divine, a better way to communicate with you. And if you say something triggering or whatever it is, some of them have learned to respond as opposed to react this time. I heard somebody doesn't like surprises or something. They don't like being caught off guard type of thing with that full energy. It's like, whoa, it's like expect the unexpected. Holy shit. And they react to it instead of respond to it because it freaks them out, or it triggers them somehow. But they do want to talk to you. But there's something here that apparently somebody is going to take the risk in doing so. And I'm hearing that the feminine here has given their person grace. And you've taught them to give themselves grace. There's a big thing with forgiveness here. Look what's after the law of grace. Listen to your heart. Awaken psychic abilities. Tune into the infinite. There's a Roxette song with this. And there's also a 3 River Band song. Listen to your heart. See, that's the full energy. Follow your heart. Let it knows right from wrong. Let it guide you. Don't worry about where it's going to end up. You may run into obstacles and issues and challenges and things, but it's all part of the journey. You can't be like misinterpreting what your heart's saying or doubting what your heart's saying because you're afraid of being hurt or something going wrong or something falling apart. It's part of the fool's journey. It's part of the hero's journey. You're going to go through ups and downs. It's all part of life. You're going to hit obstacles. You're going to hit roadblocks. You're going to maybe take a few steps back sometimes. You're going to start to doubt yourself along the way, but you still keep moving forward. I'm trying to ensure our new life together will be harmonious. Please give me time. That's why they've been silent for a while for a lot of them, because they've been trying to make sure that everything's right in their life first before they come forward to you. Look, I'm working on my financial security and stability so I can give you the world and provide for you. That is what the Divine Masculine's role is. Go ahead and make a wish. And there you have it. Okay. There is your guidance for today. I pray that this helped you. Yeah. So if you have any questions about anybody, anything, you know where to find me. I know a lot of people have a challenge with extending grace, but that makes you a true divine feminine Christ, a divine masculine Christ, because you see the divinity in others. Because we're all children of God, every single last one of us, no matter what anybody has done. All right. So, God willing, I'll have information for you guys tomorrow for our group session. And really trust God and what He's telling you to take a risk on, guys. All right? You're going to be able to face any challenge. You're going to be able to face this. The universe has your back. God has your back, as always. You're going to become stronger as you go through this, okay? All right, guys. I love you with the love of Christ. God willing, I will see you for tomorrow's daily. Bye.